All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, students. Welcome back to our class. Okay. So today we are just going to continue with our lesson about transport system in plants. Okay. So last time we were able to discuss that vascular plants, meaning those plants with vascular tissues have different transport system than non-vascular plants. Okay, so we have learned last time that plants with through roots, through stem, and through leaves are called vascular plants, right? And they have what we call vascular tissues, right? Vascular tissues. And last time we have learned the two types of tissues, right? One is called the xylem, and the other one is called the phloem, right? Xylem and phloem. Let me just see if we still have here the picture. Okay, so these are let me just go back. All right, so these are the vascular tissues. Okay, we have the xylem and the phloem. Okay, so let me ask you, student, what is being transported by the xylem? Okay, what is being transported by the xylem? I'd like to ask number two, Gawin. Hello, Gawin. Do you still remember? Gawin, can you turn your mic on, please? Gawin, can you still remember what is being transported by the xylem? What about Chertam? Hello, Chertam. Can you turn your mic on, please? Hello, Chertam.
Yes.
All right, Chertam, do you still remember what is being transported by the xylem, the green one? What is being carried, okay, by the xylem from the roots going to the other parts of the plant? It is transporting what, Chertam? Is it food or water and mineral?
Water and mineral.
All right, that is correct. Okay, so the xylem, the green one here on the screen. Let me just have my pen. Okay, the green one, the green tissue here of the plant is what we call the xylem, and it is transporting water and minerals. Okay, what about the phloem? Okay, the orange one, the phloem. Where is a plume? Hello, plume. Can you turn your mic on, please, plume?
Yes.
Okay, plume. What about the phloem? Plume. What? Yeah. What does it transport?
Food.
Yok answered. All right. Again, please. I'm sorry.
Food.
Food. All right. That is correct. Phloem. Plume. Plume. All right. So a phloem is a tissue of a vascular plant. Okay. It's a vascular tissue of a vascular plant which transport food, right? Transport food. Okay. From the leaves going to the different parts of the plant. All right. Okay. So we have learned this already last time. Chamekap? But I'd like to point out this one so that you will easily remember. Can you see the arrows here for the xylem? What is the arrow pointing toward? Q. Hello, Q. Number 5. Can you turn your mic on, please?
Yes.
Can you see the arrow for the xylem, the red arrows?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Where does it point? It points where? In what direction? Q. It points in what direction? What's that? How do you say that? Q. It points. Is it downward or upward? Q. The arrows. Hello, Q. Where's Q? Q is lost now. How about let me call Yok. The next one is Yok. Okay, I'm calling this student. Yok, hello Yok. Can you turn your mic on, please? All right, Yok. Can you see the arrows, Yok? The red one here for xylem.
Yes.
What is the direction of the arrows, Yok? Is it upward or downward?
Upward.
Upward. All right. Thank you, Yok. That is correct. Okay, upward. And the xylem is transporting water, Chamaycap, because water is transported from the soil, from the ground, going up. Okay, from the roots, stem, and the leaves. That is why the arrows here is going up. Okay, it means that the transport is upward. Right, the transport of water is upward. Okay, but in here on the phloem you can see two arrows, right? Two arrows, one is going up and one is going down. Okay, this is because although water, the main components that is being transported by the phloem is the food, there are also some water in here, as you can see in the upward arrows. Okay, but the food, okay, the food is transported downward. Okay, and also some food which can be transported upward, like going to the fruits, going to the flower, or going to the different parts of the plants. Okay, so the phloem, we can have here some upward, but usually it's downward, right? Usually downward from the leaves going to the different parts of the body, parts of the plants. Okay, so let's continue with our topic for today, for our lesson for today. This is about how does a vascular system works. Okay, how does a xylem and the phloem works? Okay, first we have here process of water and mineral transport. Okay, water and mineral transport. What tissue is this? This is the work of what tissue again? Pancake. Hello, pancake. Number 6. The process of water and mineral transport. This is the work of what tissue? Again, is this the work of xylem or the phloem? Pancake. Oh, Chinjang is here na. Hello, Chinjang. Can you turn your mic on? I have 13 students already. Chinjang.
Yes.
Okay, Chinjang. The process number 1 here. Can you see the slide, Chinjang?
Yes.
Yes, all right. So the process of water and mineral transport. This is the work of which tissue? Is this the work of the xylem or the phloem? Water and mineral transport. Is it the work of the xylem or the phloem, Chinjang? Water and mineral.
Xylem.
Xylem, that is correct. Very good. All right. So the process of water and mineral transport is the work of the xylem. It is the job of the xylem. That is correct. And the arrow, it means that it is going upward. Okay. Because the water is being transported from the ground going up. Okay. From the ground through the roots, stem, and the leaves, as you can see here, from the ground going up to the leaves. Okay, and some this one is the stomata. Okay, let us start with this one. Okay, the roots. Okay, the roots, right? Can you see the slide here? We have here, this one is or are the root hairs. Okay, the root hairs. Now the root hairs, this is where most water and nutrients absorption happens. Okay, from the ground, water is absorbed by the root hairs, the white one here. Okay, this is being absorbed by the root hairs. Okay, again, say root hairs. Okay, this is where most water and nutrients absorption happens, right? That is the root hair. And another one on the next slide, we have here osmosis. Can you still remember the word osmosis? Now, osmosis is the process, okay, of how plants are able to absorb water from the soil, okay? Water from the soil through the cell membrane, okay? Water particles move into root hair cells through the cell membrane, okay? Cell membrane. The process is what we call osmosis, right? This is for water, okay? Water. And this is the work of the xylem, okay? Xylem. So in other words, the roots also has the xylem, the stem has the xylem, and the leaves also has the xylem, okay? From the xylem of the roots, stem, and the leaves, right? Going upward, okay? Next, another one, this is only for water, okay? Remember, osmosis is only for water, okay? Water, if you can still remember in our previous lesson, osmosis. Next one, on the next slide here, active transport, okay? Active transport is how plants are able to absorb nutrients, right? Nutrients from the soil, okay? What are these nutrients? Do you know? What are the nutrients? It's like the fertilizer, okay? The fertilizer, okay? Fertilizers such as we can have uh, this one, nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Okay, these are some of the nutrients. Okay, not just the water, but also nutrients from the fertilizer. Okay, fertilizer. This is also important for the plants to grow. All right. So active transport and osmosis. Another one here, we have transpiration, okay, transpiration. Now, transpiration is the evaporation of water from the aerial parts of the plants, okay? When we say aerial plants, this is exposed to the air, all right? Exposed to the air. And the part of the plant exposed to the air is the leaves and stem, okay? But generally, it's the leaves, okay? The leaves. Under the leaves, if you were going to look at the microscope, you will see this part. Small openings on the underside of leaves are called stomata, right? Stomata. This is a small openings underside, okay? Underside of the leaves, okay? This is something that looks like this, okay? The opening at the center and this two side here, these are called guard cell, okay? These are called guard cell, okay? G U A R D, guard, Guard, cell, okay, guard cell. And the opening at the middle is called stomata, right? Stomata, okay? Now, stomata in here under the leaves, okay? This is the water is lost, okay? This is the water is lost through evaporation, all right? Let us go back here. Okay, in here, as water is absorbed through the roots, okay, in here, and then goes up through the stem, and then through the leaves, and then goes out here, okay, this one is the stomata under the leaves, okay, stomata. And what do you call the process again? What do you call the process of evaporation? What do you call the process again, Oy? When the water goes out of the stomata through evaporation, what do you call that process? Oy? Hello, Oy. Number 9.
Yes.
What is the process when the water when the water leaves the stomata? It's called when the water, it's called transpiration. Okay, can you say that? Oi, transpiration. That's T R A N S P I R A T I O N. Okay, can you say this? Oi, transpiration. Hello, Oi. Number 9, transpiration.
Transpiration.
All right, thank you so much. Transpiration or transpiration. This is the process when water leaves the stomata. Okay, this is the process in which the water leaves the stomata through evaporation. All right, what about when the water enters the root hair? What do you call that process? When the water enter or is absorbed by the root hair. Anyone? Num1. Hello, Num1. What is that again? Do you still remember? The process in which the water enters the root hair. Water enters the root hair. How about Chinjang? Number 1, Chinjang. What do you call the process? It's called, you can chat on the chat box. You can write on the chat box. You still remember? What is the process in which the root hair absorbs the water? You know, it's called os. It starts with O. Start with O. The water is absorbed by the root hair. Okay, Ing, that is correct. Okay, Ing, what's your answer? Can you turn your mic on, Ing? That is correct, Ing. Hello, Ing. Hi, Ing. Can you turn your mic on, please? Tell us your answer, Ing. It's okay. That is correct. Don't worry. Hello, Ing. Okay, maybe something is wrong with the microphone of Ing. How about the other students? What do you call that process? Ing has the correct answer, but I think there's something is wrong with her microphone. All right. Oi also has the correct answer, right? How about the other students? That is correct. Oi, very good. Ing also very good. How about the other students? Sinjang, Gawin, Pancake, Fa, Namuan, Seaweed, Miu. And I have how many students here? 13. Only one absent today. Right. Only one absent. Why I cannot have a perfect attendance? There's always one missing. All right. What else? Aside from Ing and Oi, what's your answer? Hello? You can type on the chat box. Seaweed and Jean are here, right? So only Fa is absent today. Process, okay, process. Phloem said, right? Phloem, it's the process. Okay, what do you call the process when the water enter the roots? Phloem. What do you call the process when water enters the roots? Okay, it starts with letter O. Okay, Oi and Ing already got it. Okay, it starts with letter O and ends with letter S. What's that? Start with letter O and ends with letter S. All right. When the water enters the root, Okay, the roots of the root hairs of the roots. How about the other students? All right, Yok also has a correct answer. That is correct, Yok. What about the other students? You can answer in the chat box. Seaweed, Miu, Jean, Namwan, Chinjang. All right. So what's this? Oi, Ing, and then Yok. Okay, they answered osmosis. All right. Osmosis. All right. Osmosis. Okay. Osmosis. That is the process where water enters the root hair, right? Enters the root hair. How about the nutrients? Okay, nutrients, like nutrients from the fertilizer. Okay, what process? What process? It's active what? Active what? Active Alina. It's called active. The process in which nutrients, or like nutrients from the fertilizer, enters the roots. It's called active. All right, that is correct. Very good, Oy. That is called active transport. Okay, active transport. Okay, I will repeat this one. We have three processes today in which water and minerals is being transported by the xylem. All right, xylem. Okay, again, starting from the roots. Okay, water enters the root hair through osmosis. Okay, and starting from the roots also, nutrients like from the fertilizer enter through active transport. All right, going to the different parts of the plants. All right, and then when the water leaves this part, okay, leaves the plant, it's called transpiration, right? Transpiration through a process called evaporation, right? This is how the vascular system works, especially or particularly the xylem, all right? The xylem, from xylem of the roots, xylem of the stem, and the xylem of the leaves, okay? The process, again, it's upward process, okay? Nutrients and water is an upward process, right? Next, right? Next, let me proceed. Transpiration. Okay, this time, how about food? All right, how about food? Okay, food is synthesized in leaves. Okay, when we say synthesized, it is being processed in the leaves, right? And it will be transported through the phloem, right? Again, food is transported through the phloem, okay? From the leaves going to other parts of the plants, okay? It's from the leaves going to the different parts of the plants, okay? And the process of that is called, okay? The process is called translocation, right? Translocation. Okay, again, translocation. Can you see this one? If you can see this one, read by yourself. Translocation. Okay, it is the process when phloem moves sugar or the food and other nutrients from the leaves to the other part of the plants. All right, so it means the phloem transport not just food but also other nutrients. That's why it also has upward arrow, right? Upward arrows. Next, don't forget na translocation. Okay, the process in which the phloem moves sugar from the leaves. Right in here, like I have here, like for example, if you're going to remove 1 inch, okay, ring of the outer layer of this plant. All right. If you're going to cut the outer layer of this plant and leave it for a while, let's say 1 month or 2 months, okay, the part of the stem above, like this one, this part above, okay, becomes larger. It becomes larger compared to this part. Okay, why do you think it becomes larger? Okay, this is because, okay, normally food is transported downward. Sa may kap, food is transported downward. Okay, downward through the phloem. Okay, so what happened is that when the phloem is cut, when you cut the phloem here, food cannot transport lower. All right. So the food cannot be transported on the lower part. So therefore, it stays here, right? The food stays here. That is why it becomes larger compared to the stem here, right? Okay, it means that the food stays here. Okay, that is why this one becomes larger. Okay, however, there are some substances that are transported from lower to upper, okay, such as flowers and fruits, right? So let's say from lower to upper, going from the leaves going to the flower and going to the fruit. Okay, so it's not always downward, but sometimes upward. Okay, for phloem. Okay, but usually it's downward, right? And plants transport and store food in different parts. Okay, like number one, where do you think this banana store food? It is stored in number one, banana. It store its food in the fruit. All right, in the fruit. For this corn, it stores in the seeds. All right, and for this carrots, it store its food in the roots. And for this one, it can be on the stem. Okay, so the plant transport and store food in different parts. It can be in the fruits, in the seeds, in the roots, or the stem, right? Of this sugar cane. That's why it's sweet. Okay, this is where the food are being stored in different part of the plants. All right. Let me check again. Okay, do you still remember na? Okay, let's say write this one. Number one, number two, number three, and number four. Okay, in number three, where is Chertam? Hello, Chertam. Chertam, can you turn
Yes.
your mic? All right, Chertam, in number three, in which part of the plant is food being stored? Number three. What part of the plant is does food being stored? It's the number three. Who can help Chertam? Who can help Chertam? Number three, they are stored in the roots. Right? Okay, let's see. There's an answer in the chat box. Roots, that is correct. Gawin, in the roots. All right? Okay, in the roots. Okay, number three, food is being stored or kept. Okay, being kept on the in the roots. All right, that is correct. Very good, Gawin. All right, how about number two? All right, you can type on the chat box. How about number two? Number two. Oy, Gawin, very good. Okay, ing also, that is correct. On the or in the seeds. All right, number two, in the seeds. Okay, number four. Number four. How about in number four? Number 4. All right, Gawin, that is correct, Gawin. Okay, stem, right? Number 1. Last question, number 1. Stored in the number 1. Very good, Gawin. Okay, Gawin is very good today, huh? Oy, also correct. That is correct, Oy. Fruits. All right, so let me repeat. Plants transport and store food in different parts. For number 1, the food is stored in the fruits, right? For number 2, the food is stored in the seeds, right? For number 3, the food is stored in the roots. And for number 4, is stored in the stem, right? So these are the different ways in which plant stored food in the different parts of the plants. All right. Again, question, last question. What is the process in which the phloem transport food, okay, from the leaves going to the other parts of the plant? What do you call that? Process of transporting food from the leaves. Okay, this is a process done by the phloem. It's called what's that? Okay, an answer. Oy, hello, Oy. Number 9. Can you answer? It's the process of transporting food from the leaves. Is it transpiration? Yok, is it transpiration? Transpiration is when water leaves the stomata, right? Transpiration. And that is the process or the job of the xylem. Okay, but close to that, trans. It's also start with trans. It's called. Thank you, Yok, for trying. Okay, how about the other? It's called. Let me go back. Okay, this one. Okay, it's called translocation, right? Translocation. Translocation is the process when phloem moves food like sugar from the leaves going to the fruits, going to the seeds, going to the roots, and going to the stem, right? We call that as translocation. Okay? All right.